What's your hot take on critical fumbles?
Critical successes and critical fails are inevitable to happen in any game. And honestly, I absolutely adore when they happen, whether it's on my side of the GM screen or especially when it's on my player's side. When they roll them, and it's not just like, oh, great, I get to do horrible things to you. It's because of what a critical success or failure can allow and provide for the player to work with. So, a couple of different things. First of all, I work with a system known as Amazing Adventures. It works off of the Siege Engine system mechanics, which, if you know Castles and Crusades, you basically know the Siege Engine mechanics. But but Amazing Adventures does a few other things. And one of the things that they have in their system, if you roll a critical success or a critical fail, you get to roll the exploding d6. And I love this mechanic. What it does is it basically provides that pulp element to the system, which, of course, if you've seen any of my videos, know that I absolutely adore pulp systems. The exploding d6 isn't necessarily like the number is really added to anything. I don't do that. What I do is I take the higher the number, the better or worse that critical success or fail respectively happens. Now, here's the thing. If you roll a d6, you roll the die again. As long as you keep rolling d6s, you are either making that critical success so epically over the top amazing that I get to be highly cinematic in telling you exactly what happens. Or I ask you as a player, how do you want to do this? I love doing that. If it's a critical fail, you get to find out exactly how deep you are digging your grave, and possibly the grave of your compatriots, and possibly the village you're trying to save, or whatever the situation is. It's a phenomenal mechanic that I absolutely adore. Now, that said, if I'm running, say, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, or any number of other systems, but especially AD&D, what I usually do is I will give them a shot. I will roll a percentile die and ask the player high or low. Based on what they choose and what is on the die will determine whether they have a potential shot to maybe curb that failure or maybe make that success even just a little bit better. Or, well, if they don't choose correctly, then it's going to get a lot worse, or it just isn't as cool as it possibly could be. So it gives some player agency to kind of affect the outcome. It's not a guaranteed thing. And honestly, I really like working with a straightforward, if it's you roll a 20, it's a critical success. If you roll a 1, it's a critical fail. I don't like messing with some of the newer mechanics on those. Now, with something like Call of Cthulhu, a critical fail generally is going to hurt a lot. A lot, a lot. A critical success is going to make sure that everything is going to go to you as a player's plan, and I'm not going to be able to mess with it as much as I would like to. So it becomes system dependent. But honestly, I love when they happen because they provide so much for players and GMs alike to be able to utilize, to work with, to really bring just an amazing flavor to the scenario, to the game, to the table. And if my AD&D game at EggCon this past week was any indication, it is leading to a part 3 of that game. And honestly, I'm looking forward to writing it and having my players play it. So let's bring it on. No matter how you look at it, critical successes, critical fails, they are not a horrible part. They're not this terrible, horrible thing, this part of a game. They're actually something we should be well, I don't know about looking forward to, but we definitely shouldn't be shunning, because bring it on. Let's see exactly what we can do with it and what kind of memories we can take away from the table from it.